What do you think of when you hear the word courage? I used to think of superheroes, firefighters rushing into burning buildings, or soldiers on a battlefield. Big, grand, movie-like moments of bravery. I thought I was a pretty courageous guy myself. I'd done some rock climbing, traveled solo, even stood up to a bully once in school. But I was wrong. I didn't truly understand courage until a Tuesday night, thanks to my scruffy, 70-pound golden retriever, Buster. Buster was, to put it mildly, a coward. He was scared of thunderstorms, the vacuum cleaner, and the mailman. He'd hide under the bed if a car backfired down the street. He was a big, fluffy, lovable, scaredy cat, and I loved him for it. We had our routine: morning walks, afternoon naps on the sofa, and evenings spent with me reading and him snoring at my feet. It was a simple, perfect life. That Tuesday started like any other. But around 2 a.m., I woke up choking. The air was thick and black with smoke. My eyes burned, and a wave of panic washed over me. I could hear a terrifying crackling sound coming from the living room. Fire. My first thought was to get out. I stumbled out of bed, disoriented, my heart hammering against my ribs. I made it to my bedroom door, my hand on the knob, ready to run. But then I heard it. A frantic, desperate barking. Not Buster's usual someone's at the door bark. This was different. It was terrified, but it was also insistent. It was coming from the hallway right outside my daughter Lily's bedroom. Lily was staying at her grandparents' house that night, thank God. But Buster didn't know that. I opened my door and was hit by a wall of heat. The smoke was thicker out here, a suffocating blanket. Through the haze, I could just make out Buster's shape. He was standing right in front of Lily's door, barking his head off, refusing to move. He was looking back at me, his eyes wide with fear, but he didn't budge. He wouldn't leave her. In that moment, everything I thought I knew about courage fell apart. Here was this dog, terrified of everything, literally standing in the face of a raging fire because he thought someone he loved was in danger. He wasn't thinking about himself. He wasn't thinking about escaping. He was only thinking about protecting his family. Seeing him there, so small and so incredibly brave, it was like a jolt to my system. My own fear, which had been screaming at me to run, suddenly went quiet. If this scaredy cat dog could stand his ground for someone he loved, then so could I. I scooped him up, a dead weight of terrified fur in my arms, and we scrambled out the back door, just as the windows shattered from the heat. We sat on the wet grass, watching the flashing lights paint the night sky. I held Buster tight, my face buried in his smoky fur. The firefighters said the fire started from faulty wiring in the kitchen. They also said that if we'd been inside for another 2 minutes, we probably wouldn't have made it out. My house was gone. Everything I owned turned to ash. But as I sat there with my dog, I realized I hadn't lost anything important. The things that truly matter, loyalty and courage, were right there, panting and shaking in my arms. Buster taught me that courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about being terrified and doing the right thing anyway. It's not about grand gestures. It's about protecting the ones you love, no matter what. He's still scared of the vacuum cleaner, by the way, but to me, he'll always be the bravest hero I've ever known. Thanks for listening to our story. If you've ever learned an unexpected lesson from a pet, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. Stay safe.